Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 35 of What If Naruto was the Otsutsuki King. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto pushed himself to his limit and enjoy that guys. And later on I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto was born in the Uzumaki clan. So stay tuned for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Begin the intro. So, the last time we left off, Ino and Mito was clashing in the forest as it was near to midnight. This was supposed to be a friendly spar, but the both of them were letting their emotion get wild. Recently, they seemed to have let go of their life, as they were not really caring about things anymore. And it was because of Naruto missing. The both of them find it hard to live without him, as Sasuke had to intervene and stop them with his Susanoo. To make them listen, he placed them into the Tsukuyomi world, as he gave them a well-placed talking to. He know they're hurting, he know they're sad, many people are, but they need to find a way to move on with their life. They need to find a way to accept that he is gone, and try to live a better life, because if they continue down this path, it's only going to get the both of them killed. As the both of them start to cry, as they didn't know how to move on. As Mito, her brother, meant the world to her. He was always there, always caring, always making sure that she was okay and fed when she was younger. And now, she had to watch him get the crap beaten out of him and taken away, not knowing if he was dead or alive. Ino has loved Naruto ever since she first laid eyes on him. And when she finally confessed her love to him and the both of them got together, he was taken away from her. And her heart just couldn't bear it. As Sasuke had to release his tone and just talk to them. The both of them seemed to come to an understanding, but they needed time, as the both of them simply walked away. As Sasuke walked away as well. Meanwhile, on the Otsutsuki planet, after talking to his brother, Naruto left, as Momoshiki came to him and told him that he apologized for what he did. As Naruto accepted the apology, as Momoshiki told him that there is a planet that not even his brother know about yet that has been discovered. As Naruto told him to tell him where it is, he would go and check it out himself, as he loved exploring. And Momoshiki told him that there was a lot of beautiful girls there because he went to the planet, as that got Naruto going. As Naruto headed off after getting the location, as Kinshiki arrived, as Momoshiki said everything is going towards plan. Arriving on Earth, Sasuke was snapped out of his bed as he was crying, his eyes glowing flash of gold. As when the girls came into his room and asked him what was going on, he snapped out of it, as he told them he didn't remember anything like that happening. Something was wrong. Naruto came on Earth as he was going down a path, as some stone ninjas tried to attack him, seeing that they were at war with Konoha right now. They weren't putting anything to chance, but Naruto completely obliterated them. They stood no chance. As he arrived at the hidden stone, Kurosaki was shocked when she saw him. She couldn't believe, after 1 year they thought that he was dead, he was here. As she called him Uzumaki, Naruto was confused. He walked straight up towards the Tsuchikage's tower, as the man kept on calling him Uzumaki. As Naruto told him to tell him why does he call him that, as the man told him that he's from Konoha, and his sister Mito Uzumaki as well. As this has made Naruto intrigued. He wondered if this has something to do with his lost memory that his brother told him about. As he then gained a wicked smile, telling them that he wasn't going to spare this place because he attacked him. as Naruto let a large tree grow in the center of the village, rooting up grounds and shops, as the three started to fire off wood projectiles, and when they landed they exploded. Onki fired off a particle jutsu at it, but the thing simply devoured Onki's jutsu, and the tree imploded upon itself. The entire hidden stone was swallowed up in a blinding explosion, eradicating everything. As amused Naruto went off. Some time passed as the rumors spread around the world. As people came to find out that it was a reality, the hidden stone was gone. As Tsunade was dreading that one of those guys that Naruto fought came back to this planet, as she dreaded that none of them could ever take them on. She knew how powerful, well, she saw a glimpse of Naruto's power, and if that guy was able to treat him like that, she can just imagine how powerful that guy must be. As Sasuke had his speculation that it might be Naruto, but why would Naruto do that? He didn't know about their conflicts with the Hidden Stone. So, Tsunade told him not to tell Ino or Mito about this until they gained further information. Meanwhile, as the two Otsutsukis were happy that Naruto was off planet, as it was time for them to make their move. Recently he has been going off planet with people, but now he wasn't with any other Otsutsuki, so Amara decided to go to Earth. Otsutsuki mind was very powerful, and if there was only one person that could snap back his memory, it was that girl, his sister. As Amara went to get Mito, as Ishiki went out to try and find Naruto wherever he was, as he was going to track him down. So yeah guys, so it's basically that's where they thought. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So what do you say we begin this new episode? We begin this episode with Tsunade, as she was currently a distance away from the land of iron. Behind her was Kakashi and Sasuke, as they were going toward the summit to talk to the other Kages. It took a couple of minutes, but they finally made it inside, as they were greeted by the samurais. As everyone started to gather, as Tsunade sat down, the proctor, his name was Mifune, an old samurai, was already there. There was a lot of samurai guards all around the room, some of them in the corner, some of them at the door. It was then that the other party came in. The Raikage stepping inside with Darue and C, as he went over and sat down as well, as he greeted Tsunade with a nod, as she gave him a nod back. The door then opened once more as Gaara along with Kankuro and Temari came in, and a while after that Mei along with Kojiro and Ayo came in. As everyone took their proper seat. Hats off, said Mifune, as everyone took off their hats and placed it on the table. And as now, he said, the meeting for the 4 current Kages shall begin. Hokage, you're the one that called this meeting. Let's begin it from there. Tsunade cleared her throat. As you all know, the hidden stone has been completely obliterated, she said. As the Raikage looked towards her, but he did not say anything. The speculations are that Konoha was the one behind this attack because of our feud with them. But I assure you this was false. While we had a ninja that could completely wipe out a village, he's gone now and for a long time. And I can assure you, I am not lying when I say these words. Konoha is not behind that attack. Well, Konoha is looking quite suspicious, said the Raikage. And why is that? Asked Tsunade. Well, the remains of the hidden stone are littered with a lot of branches, and the only person that we know that could perform the Mokiton was your first Hokage, Hoshirama. But if you had such a power in your arsenal, you would have done it a long time to wipe out any of the villages that threaten you. So I believe it when you say it, said the Raikage looking at Tsunade. The both of them had an alliance. Ever since, the Raikage had witnessed Naruto's power when Naruto's faced off against Shikaku. Seeing that kind of power in Konoha's hands, after Tsunade became the Hokage, they started to send letters back and front, until they gained a proper alliance. The Mizukage and Tsunade was already alliance because of Naruto, and Gaara was allied with the village as well. So, if you guys are not behind the attack, then who could possess power of that magnitude? We all know there was one man that could do something like that, with just a simple flick of his wrist by calling meteors from the sky. But we all know that he is no longer here, am I right? Yes, as you all know, the Valley of the Gods. That is where Naruto took his final stance, against intruders who came to take him. That battle is still at the haze, said Gaara. How exactly was he defeated? All we know was that there was powerful opponents. But how exactly powerful could they be to take him down? I have witnessed Uzumaki's strength as well, and I must say it's something not to trifle with. That is what has me worried, said Snavy. If you all had saw what happened that day, you'd have known how powerful these intruders were. We have already discussed this, and I told you about this Zack, she said. What about the Akatsuki, said me. Couldn't they be behind the attack? Powerful, yes, but I don't think the Akatsuki are able to generate that much power to level out an entire village by themselves. There are only a few members left now after what happened, so I don't think it's because of them. But I assure you, if that man and his army return again, Earth will stand no chance, even if we combine all of our forces. Preposterous, said the Raikage. Is he truly that strong? I assure you, he's beyond anything you ever believe. Well then, we're lucky he's not here, said the voice. Everyone snapped their head over to the side as they saw a swirling vortex and someone calmly stepping out of it. As Snavy growled at the person over to the side with a pissed off look on her face. You, she said. I believe some of us hadn't been properly introduced. Before you could say anything, the Raikage smashed right into the man. But he didn't hit him, he simply went right through him. The man simply shook his head. As I was saying, my name is Uchiha Madara, and as you can see by my choice of style, I am with the Akatsuki. All of you right here already know our goal, to hunt down and capture all the Bijus. Isn't that right, Kazekage? As Gar and everyone is on their guard right now. Sasuke already had his Sharingan activated, along with Kakashi, who lifted up his headband. The Raikage smashed into Madara again, but he simply passed right through him. Raikage, I am just here to talk. There will be no talking, the Raikage said. You would die for what you did to Yujito. Well, you can't touch me, so how will you do anything to me? What do you want? Asked Mifune. I am here to make you guys a proposition. Hand over the remaining 3 Jinchurikis, or there would be consequences. What the hell do you think you could do to all of us? Asked the Raikage. Well, a man alone stands tall, but by himself he's nothing. But with his army behind him, he can conquer anyone and anything he sees fit. This is just a warning. Hand over the Bijus, or there will be severe consequences. May narrowed her eyes. Are you claiming that you have something to do with the Hidden Stone destruction? Well, you can see that the Hidden Stone has lost their Bijus, and now they're out of the game completely. A lot of innocents died. How many innocents are you willing to let get killed just for a measly beast? And what exactly do you want to the Bijus? Asked the Raikage. Well, the man then sat down. I believe it's time that I tell you the reason why I want all the tail beasts. You might even find it enlightening, considering that I will bring eternal peace to all of you in the eternal dream. Meanwhile, that was going on. The 2 girls were sitting down. They were at the Uzumaki compound, neither of them saying anything, until Mito broke the ice. You know he's right. As Ino looked at her, I know, but can you really move on? I know that despite everything, Naruto would be angry if the both of us just sit here and let our life waste and rot away. In this past year, we have changed a lot. Yeah, I guess you're right, Ino said. I never imagined myself becoming an Anbu. That is surely a different for me. I'm sorry. Why? Asked Ino. I knew that I lost my brother, and I just shut myself off completely. But you lost the person you love. The person that you love so much, and I wasn't there to help you through that difficult time. You were hurting as well, Mito. You don't have to blame yourself. And I am sorry, I wasn't there for you. We should have stick together. Maybe it would have been easier to get out of this. and try to live our life again like it was in the first place. I know it's gonna be hard, said Mito, but at least we can just try. I'm willing to if you are. As Mito nodded back. Alright then. First thing first, you need to get out of Anbu, said Mito. What? Asked Ino. I know you went into it because of your emotions being all over the place. The hidden stone is completely destroyed now. I know there's a lot more missions out there for Anvus to do. But you shut yourself off when doing that mission. And I heard from reports that you took down a lot of people, but you also left yourself reckless. And I saw the number of cuts and scars that you got. And the amount of time that you went to the hospital. I just don't want you to get yourself killed. You don't have to worry about that. Jeo-san has been training me quite well. And I got the hang of things. And I'll be able to handle myself in Anvu. But you're right, the reason I entered Anvu was because I couldn't deal with my emotions. Tsunade saw that. As she knew, it was hurting me a lot. I couldn't even sleep and eat at first. So I guess you're kind of right in a way. But I still have things to do. But I assure you, I won't stay in there forever. But I guess we'll just have to continue on moving. And carry his memory with us. Even though he's not here anymore. He can still live on through our memories. And I intend to do that. Yeah, and I'll do the same, said Mito. As Ino saw tears coming at her eyes, Ino stepped forward and hugged Mito. As she hugged her back. Wherever you are, Naruto. If you're out there alive, just know, I love you, said Mito. As Ino was thinking the same thing. Meanwhile, walking alongside the coast was Naruto. As he was just looking around taking in the sights. He was searching the entire place for 3 days now. This planet was quite interesting. And it was a lot of fun. There was many people who actually think they could rob him of his valuables. As a lot of them came towards him to try and rob him with pesky weapons, those little knife things, but he slapped them away like they were nothing. He has also gained some information. It seems there were 5 major villages. The one that he completely eradicated was a hidden stone, and there was Konoha, Kumo, the Sand, and Kiri. Those were the major villages. And from what that old man told him before he killed him, that he was from Konoha, Naruto was just ecstatic about this because he wanted to really know, what was his history here? Did something happen before he lost his memory? He really wanted to know. And who was this sister that he had? And Naruto Uzumaki? Was that his name? As Naruto closed his eyes as he came to a stop, he simply smiled. You've been following me for a day now. I wonder why, he said, just looking out of nowhere. It was then that Black Zetsu came from the ground a distance away from him. As Naruto looked at Black Zetsu, what are you, creature? He asked. Black Zetsu looked at him. He was right. He has been watching Naruto for an entire day now, and he seemed to have lost his memory of something, because he's not acting like the same one who tried to kill him, but he could just be a ploy or something like that. No, can it be? You do not know who I am, Black Zetsu asked. Of course not. Why would I know that? But you, the power that made you, it is power. It feels connected to me somehow, but how? Why would that be connected to me? As Black Zetsu narrowed his eyes, he realized Naruto was sensing that he was made from his mother, Kaguya. As Black Zetsu looked at him, you really don't know who I am, he asked. Are you deaf or something, Naruto asked him. As Black Zetsu looked him up and down, Kaguya, Black Zetsu said. As Naruto narrowed his eyes, that name. I know that name. My brother told me that Kaguya was my mother. She hated my father, so she took me away. But my brother was able to find me after some years. So that is why most of the people are not familiar with me there. He was always there ruling while I was not there. But after a mission back, I lost my memory. So did we know each other, Naruto asked. And have I been here before? Because people keep on telling me that. No, you haven't, Black Zetsu said. Kaguya told me about you though. I was created by her to watch over you and protect you. As inwardly Black Zetsu was smiling, he could use this at his advantage. Protection? Why the hell would I need protection, Naruto asked. You were just a kid back then, on a world that you knew nothing about. It was only because of your brother that you were taken away. But Kaguya never wanted that for you. She wanted you to live a normal life. Why, Naruto asked. Why would she take me away from my father? Why didn't she want me to be a king? Because you'd have to fight your brother one day. I heard about that. My brother said that we don't longer have to fight. The both of us can rule side by side. Black Zetsu narrowed his eyes. He grunted to himself. But do you really think that he will give you that kind of power? Don't you feel like the second in command? And he is far stronger than you, isn't he? Naruto simply smiled. Well, you know what? Why should I even tell you anything? I don't even know if you're telling the truth or if you're lying to me. I assure you I'm not lying. And your brother is the one that is lying to you. Oh, and what do you mean by that? Well, Naruto didn't stop as he turned his head. What's that? He said. He could feel power fluctuating from a certain area. Since he came to this planet, he could sense that there was a lot of power level on this planet, but all of them were split up. But now he could feel a lot of them, and these were quite powerful for this planet level. As a smile came on his face. This should be interesting, he said. Oh, Black Spawn, he said. We can talk another time. This planet is quite interesting, and I'm going to have some more fun checking it out. Wait, said Black Zetsu, but Naruto simply flew off. Black Zetsu cursed as he wondered where the hell was Naruto going. If the boy somehow managed to regain his memory, it was over for him and his plan. There was no way Obito and him could win this war. And there was no way they would get the rest of the TL Beasts, and there was no way he would bring back his mother. He cannot allow this to happen. As he went underground and started to dive through the ground. But Naruto was moving just so fast. How will he ever find out where he's going? Meanwhile, at the Kage summit. The Jobe? Said Mei. So why would you want to bring back such a creature? Well, to seal it in myself, of course. To become the Jinchuriki of the Jobe. And once I have enough power, I will launch the infinite Tsukuyomi in the world. And there all of you will become one with me. And we will all live in everlasting bliss. That is my offer to you people. Hand over your remaining Jinchurikis, and I shall spare your village from destruction. Well, there is no way you're getting my brother, said the Raikage. Hokage, the Raikage said. And there is no way you're getting Mito or Fu. Well then, I guess this means war. Are you mad? You really think you can wage war against us? Well then, we will just have to see about that. But from here on out, I, Madara Uchiha, declare war on you 4 remaining nations. I warned you about the consequences. Well then, I guess you just have to feel my... He couldn't get to finish that sentence as the entire back wall exploded. As everyone had to jump away. As Madara just let all of them phase right through him. It took a couple of seconds for the smoke and everything to clear. As they saw the outline of the person walking inside. So this is where you all been hiding. I must say, you people in here are quite strong. Well, for this planet. You people must be the leader of this planet, coming together to talk about how the planet is going, am I right? Kakashi and Sasuke and Tsunade was utterly shocked. Well, everyone was. Naruto? Said Kakashi. As Madara was the most shocked. Beside him, Naruto was just standing there. Madara hadn't moved yet because of shock. But the boy was not even paying him any mind. As Naruto scanned the room to see the eyes all over him, Tsunade was surprised. You're alive, she said. Alive? So you know me too, he asked. Naruto, it's me, said Tsunade. You? And how am I supposed to know who you are? Sasuke looked at Naruto. Naruto, what the hell is wrong with you? Don't you remember who we are? I have no idea what you're talking about. Kakashi narrowed his eyes at Naruto. He must have lost his memory somehow. Yes, you're right. I did lost my memory. But my brother filled me in on what happened. Your brother? You mean the Zack asked Natty? Of course. He's the one that did that to you, Naruto. He's the one that probably took away your memory. It was then the entire room started to buckle as the place started to shake violently. Madara tried to suck himself away in a swirling vortex, but a hand reached inside and pulled him out of it and threw him to the ground violently. And where do you think you're going, Naruto asks. And you, woman, don't talk about my brother like that. Unless you want to die. Has he been brainwashed or something? Mei asked as she looked at him. As the right Raikage narrowed his eyes. Boy, everyone thought that you had been killed in the Valley of the Gods. And here you are. You were taken. Don't you remember any of that? I have no idea what you're talking about, said Naruto. Sasuke looked at Naruto. Then, what about Mito? Don't you remember her? Or Ino? Fu? Karin? Guren? Or even me, Sasuke? As Naruto looked him over, to tell you the truth, Naruto felt something hit him. It wasn't a punch or anything, but something hit him. As Sasuke looked at Naruto, what's wrong? Kakashi then turned his head. Sasuke, your eyes. Sasuke's eyes were glowing gold. As Natty noticed that as well. What is going on? Said the Raikage. Madara used his chance to escape, as he didn't want to be here anymore. As Naruto felt something hit him again. What are you doing? He said, as his body felt like it was being overrun by something. As Naruto raised his hand, he was about to bring it down, but something hit him again. As his hand turned, the entire left side of the building was ripped off by a violent force that came from his hand. They were lucky that they didn't receive that. As he staggered back, Sasuke's eyes then started to glow even more bright as a force shot from his eyes that smashed into Naruto. As Naruto smashed into the wall hard, the golden aura, it all was sucked out of Sasuke's eyes and went inside Naruto's body. His entire body was enveloped in the golden aura before a blast radiated from him that erupted into the skies, blowing away all clouds, clearing the sky completely as the aura washed over the entire world. At Konoha, Mito and Ino was talking until the both of them came to a stop. What is this feeling? Said Ino. As Mito looked around, she didn't want to say it, but she felt it. Am I wrong, or does this feel like... Yeah, it does feel like him, but it's all over the place. Could this really... As both girls looked at each other, as they wondered if they were losing their mind or something, but this power felt just like Naruto's power. Back at the summit, everyone was looking at Naruto. He was out cold. Sasuke walked over. As he checked Naruto's pulse, he's alive. What just happened? Asked Natty. I don't know. But while that was happening, I saw Naruto and Ino and Mito. It was like I was seeing Naruto's memories. But how? Remember what happened before Naruto left, said Kakashi. What are you talking about? Asked Natty. Well, Sasuke informed us that Naruto did something with his eyes. Yeah, his eyes flashed golden. And the same thing happened to me and he told me to go off. What if he did this as a precaution? Just in case anything happened? Well, we'll just have to wake him and find out. Natty walked over, she placed a glowing hand on his head, trying to bring him out of unconsciousness. But the moment she tried to dive in, trying to awake him, as this was a medic ninja thing, done for many people who were placed in seduced coma to keep them to heal. Her body was sent violently crashing into the wall as Kakashi rushed over to her aid along with Sasuke. Kakashi gave her a hand. Are you okay? He asked. Yeah, I'm fine, she said, as she brushed herself off. What happened? Mei said. I don't know, said Natty, but there is something going on inside his head. What do you mean? Asked Gaara. Well, it feels like there's a battle going on. The moment my chakra came in contact with it, this repulsion just sent me sailing. We will have to have a Yamanaka go into his mind, said Kakashi. No way, said Tsunade. If what I just feel was correct, if someone was able to dive into his mind, they would be killed instantly. The force was just so terrible, and I barely hit the surface. Imagine if someone dived inside. Meanwhile, at Konoha Gates, the Konoha ninjas, Izumo and Katetsu were there, the eternal gate guards. As usual, everything was normal. Well, ever since the Hidden Stone was destroyed, they didn't have to be all tense up anymore. As Katetsu sighed, as he stepped outside and looked up in the sky, things have gotten really boring. Even in war times, it's not like the Stone Ninjas ever came here. You think we should start taking some mission? He asks. Hey, Katetsu, what the hell is that? As Katetsu looked up to see what Izumo was looking at, there was a woman floating over the village. What the hell? As Izumo rushed inside of the gate guard, little bunker right there, and grabbed a pair of binoculars. Yes, it's a woman. She has long white hair. Her eyes, they're of the Byakugan. But I've never seen anyone like this before that could fly. What the hell is going on? Before they could argue, the woman fly off. Meanwhile, at the Uzumaki compound, Ino and Mito were walking outside until someone landed in front of them. The both of them stepped back in shock and fear because they saw the traits that the person had. That hair and those eyes. This person was a Otsutsuki. Calm down. I am not here to fight, said Amara. Then what are you doing here and what do you want? And where is Naruto? Asked Mito. Naruto? That's exactly what I came here to talk about. Listen to me, girl. Naruto is alive. I know you might think that he's dead after what this did to him, but he's alive. Tears came to Inu's eyes. He's really alive? Yes, but his mind has been messed up a lot. They took away all of his memories of you people and replaced him with new memories now that they've been telling him about that never happened. But I need your help. You. He sees you as a sister. I heard that when he talked about you when I came to visit him. Wait, said Mito. Are you, Amara? Yeah, that's it. Are you Amara? Yes, that's my name. So you're the one that helped my brother before? Yes, that's me. And right now he needs your help. He is currently off-world. I don't know where he is, but Ishiki is currently looking for him. When he does find him, I need you to help me regain his memory. Only someone with strong connection can help him that way. Well then, Ino will help as well. Huh? Who are you? Amara asks. One of his lovers? Well, kind of, but we share a deeper emotion than that. Really? Amara said. Why do you find it so hard to believe? Well, given the thing... You know what? Never mind, she said. No, what were you saying by that? Given the things that what? Never mind. Ishiki should give me coordinates soon. It has been a while since he went out to find Naruto. As she then felt something as she reached in. She had a pocket as she pulled out this strange device. It was then that she looked rather confused. What's wrong? Well, the guy, Ishiki, that I told you about. He's here. Here? You mean on this planet? Ino asks. Yes, but why would he? As Amara's eyes went wide. Meanwhile, at the summit, Naruto was placed on the table by Gaara-san. As the group didn't know what was going on, he wasn't waking up at all. He was just lying there unconscious. They shake him, they stirred him, but he wasn't waking up. It was then that the group felt something descended upon them. As they felt the ear pressure change as they snapped their eyes over to the left. Tsunade stepped back in shock when she saw who the person was. She remembered when those people came here, but this one is not the Zack. They have similar traits, but this is not him. Who are you? One of the samurais asked. I mean you no harm, said Ishiki as he stepped inside. He looked around. I knew he was here. I sensed him on this planet. It seems like despite everything, he still found his home. As Sasuke narrowed his eyes at Ishiki, are you here to take him back? No. My name is Ishiki Otsutsuki. Wait, said Tsunade. I've heard that name before. Why haven't I... Were you one of the ones that helped Naruto? Yes, on numerous occasions, and told him about his heritage, and that he's an Otsutsuki. So you're a friend of his? Asks me. Well, we haven't really talked since his memory was eradicated. So his memory has been wiped, said me. Yes. His brother has planted false memories in his head. And right now, I'm even surprised that he hasn't killed you all yet. Given his new attitude, he doesn't really take talks from people lightly. But what happened? Why is he unconscious? Kakashi looked at the man as he decided to speak. It seems like Naruto had a backup plan in set. In case anything happened to him, he did something to Sasuke over here, so that he would get back his memories or somehow. Ishiki walked over. Wait, said Tsunade, but Ishiki placed hand on Naruto's head. As Ishiki closed his eyes. As Ishiki wasn't pushed back or anything. I see, he says. He stepped apart. He then looked at them. His mind is clouded. He's having an inner battle with himself. Whatever he did, it seems like a bulk of his memories were returned in a force, giving him back his true identity as Naruto Uzumaki. But Naruto Otsutsuki won't just stand down like that. We have to go inside there and get him out. But not just anyone. Someone that he truly cares about. Sasuke turned towards Tsunade. But before they could say anything, someone landed as the two people that the person was carrying dropped down. Never. Again. Ever, Ino said. Come on, it wasn't that bad, said Mito. What are you talking about? Is flying real that bad to you? Asked Amara. That was just the worst. I felt like I was going to puke several times over. Mito didn't respond though. Tears are literally streaming down her face as she looked at the table. As Ino lifted up her head, she blinked several times to make sure that she wasn't dreaming. To make sure that this was reality. Because lying down there was him. The person who she thought that she would never see again. As tears started to form, she couldn't contain them as they started to rain down her face. As Amara walked over, it seems like he ended up coming here. But why though, said Ishiki. This plant is out of the records. So for him to come here, this is strange. Do you believe this was forceful? Why? And who else would know about this? The only person that know about what happened that day are the people that came back. And that's the Zack, Momoshiki and Kinshiki. Well, you know how much Momoshiki hates Naruto. So, well, we'll have to find out more before anything. So what's going on? Asks Amara. It's mine. It seems like the young king had something, in precaution of if he lost his memories. He did something to that boy over there, to give him a bulk of his memories to store away in his eyes. It seems when he came back he reacted to it. But he's currently fighting with himself. Otsutsuki Naruto versus his counterpart, Naruto Uzumaki, to see who will gain control. That is why I brought these two, said Amara. They can help him get out of it. As Tsunade looked over, as both girls rushed towards Naruto's side, as they started to cry, holding on to him and just cry, leaving that water. As they were just so happy to see him, they couldn't help but smile. Even Sasuke had a small smile on his face, seeing the both girls smile. This was a happy news, to hear that he was back, to see that he was here with them. Even Sasuke had missed him a lot. Meanwhile, hiding underground was one of the white Zetsus. As the thing went off, a distance away, so said Madara. As you could hear it in his voice, he was fretting. Well, a lot happened. It seems like Naruto is back after all. But his memories was erased. That is why he was reacting that way to you. But Sasuke did something to make his memories return. But right now he is in a inner battle with himself. But it seems like they found a way to get his memories back. As Madara's fist clenched, without saying anything else, he warped away. As he arrived in a small cave where a man was sitting on a board. What's your problem now? It seems like you're in a haste, the man said. Kabuto, we don't have time to waste. He's back. What? Said Kabuto as he turned to look at Madara. He's back. But something is going on with him right now. We need to begin this quickly before he gets back up on his feet. Where is Kisame? He is still off, trying to collect the 8 tails. What should we do? Madara grunted as he cursed. They only had 6 Bijous. Perform the reanimation. Gather up all of them right now. The Raikage is not there. I have faith that Kisame can handle himself against the 8 tails. The 7th tail is currently at Konoha, and the 9th tail is at the summit. Get yourself ready. I'll be back soon. As the maskman went away, he arrived to our private quarters, where he reached up and removed his orange mask and placed it down. And he reached for another mask and placed it on, but this time, his other eye had something in it. The Rinnegan that was shining brightly. He has to do this quickly. Meanwhile, on the Otsutsuki planet, as Dezaku was sitting down, something was wrong now. It has been a couple of days and he has heard no word from Naruto on what is going on. So where was he and what exactly is going on? As he was currently in his chambers as someone came in. Anything? I'm afraid not, the woman said. Her name was Maybe. As Maybe looked at him. We haven't found anything. But suspicious enough, Ishiki and Amara has left the planet after his disappearance. As Zack looked through the window, could those two be planning something? But his brother would never go against him. After erasing Naruto's memory and letting him know that he is his brother, he has shown complete loyalty towards him. So why now? And what were they planning if he was even going against him? And if he was not, where the hell was he? He need to find him. If those two are behind anything, he would kill them. Naruto did have some people telling him what was going on. As he stood there, Ishiki has been someone loyal to him no matter what, through and through. But still, Ishiki was Kaguya's brother. He thought that Ishiki's loyalty went past family siblings. But it seems like he still held a grudge. As he wondered, as he stood up, send everyone out. Search the planets one by one. And get me Momoshiki and Kinshiki. At once, she said as she left. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Mito and Ino had their hands on Ishiki's shoulder as he had a hand on Naruto's forehead as they were standing there still. As no one was saying anything as they dived into his mind, the three of them blinked as Ino looked around. She was surprised at the place that she saw. The entire place was golden. The entire ground was just pure gold. Nothing more, nothing less. That was the decor of the place. As they saw one house, one tiny house over there. Mito's eyes went wide. Right there. As they started to walk forward, Ishiki then grabbed both of their hands. The both of them were about to complain when a sword passed right where their face was supposed to be. As a person landed gently. As Mito and Ino were confused as hell, it was Naruto. He was standing there with his sword pointed at them. Naruto, what are you doing? You need to wake up and come back to us. That's not the Naruto that you know, said Ishiki. That is Naruto Otsutsuki. Ishiki. So, you were the traitor. And to think that you were so loyal. And you girls. So you want him out. Well, that's not going to happen. This boy is quite smart. He pushed his consciousness way back to the point where no one could see it. Even though they thought they wiped his memory, it was in here locked up. And now that boy out there, that Uchiha, he has went and disrupted that consciousness, putting him to sleep so you guys can come in here. But you've gotten one thing wrong, Otsutsuki Naruto said. I am standing here, and none of you are getting past me. So that's not our brother, said Mito. So we just have to rescue the one over there? Ishiki nodded to her. It was then that Mito took off in a mad dash. Wait, Ishiki said. But it was too late as she rushed off. Before she could reach even 10 feet away from the house, a bone-crushing kick connected with her face. She felt like all the air was knocked out of her. She was sailing. back in the real world. What the hell? Sasuke said. As he stepped forward, what's going on? He asked. As Amara looked at him, it seems like there is some resistance. As Mito nose was bleeding. Back in the mine, Mito slowly picked herself up as Ino went through hand sign. If this is his mind, then I should gain full position over you and full control. Mind controlling jutsu, she said, as she fired off a pale silver beam that went towards him, but he grabbed it and he yanked on it. Ino felt like someone was tearing her apart. As he then pulled her, but Ishiki jumped in the way. As he stopped Ino, Ishiki then moved forward with tremendous speed as he appeared behind Naruto. Several black rods came out of nowhere as he came down on Naruto, who simply waved his hand as all of them were blown away. He then disappeared and appeared behind Ishiki and grabbed him at the back of the neck. Ishiki was spun violently and smashed into the ground. Ishiki, you're strong. But face it, you're nowhere near my level, Naruto said as he stood tall. Ishiki then looked up in the sky. As red box then appeared. Strange red box that appeared out of nowhere. He had them shrunk in different dimension as they dropped down on Naruto. But before they could hit him, he raised up his hand as a golden beam appeared. All of the box were blown to pieces. Before anyone could blink, Otsutsuki Naruto appeared in front of Ishiki and drive his foot into Ishiki's face. Ishiki was sent sailing back as he smashed several times into the ground. Mito picked herself up. Naruto, listen to me. This is not you. You need to snap out of this. We came here and we're not leaving without you. Otsutsuki Naruto walked forward. Please, brother. You need to wait. She couldn't get to finish at the same time as he smacked her across the face. He then grabbed her roughly by the shirt as he flipped her over and smashed her into the ground. What don't you understand? He says he stepped on her chest. I am not your brother. I am what I was supposed to be. A true king. Naruto, Ino cried out, seeing that Mito and her was totally outgunned, as Mito wheezed out in pain. Meanwhile, inside the small house, Naruto was sitting there. He was just in some strange trance. Before he heard it, Naruto, as he blinked twice, looking up in front of him. Who are you? As he saw a red-haired woman with blue eyes. We've met once before. As she smiled at him. When you just came here, when we just found you, my chakra went inside of you, along with Kurama's chakra as well. So it seems like I gained a form inside of here. I need you to wake up, my son. Mother, said Naruto, as he looked at her. Despite us not being real blood, you are my son. As Naruto looked at Kushina Uzumaki, I know that you love Mito well, and you love that girl outside as well. Outside, Naruto said, as Kushina nodded. I can only stay here for a few seconds. I can feel the chakra slipping already. It's hard to stay in a place like this. This is my one shot. I plead to you. Open your eyes. Open your eyes, she said as she shook him. Open your eyes. Naruto, a voice screamed. The entire house exploded as Otsutsuki Naruto turned around. What the hell? As Naruto stood there in all of his glory, his body humming with golden chakra. You. So you wake up, haven't you? But it doesn't matter. Once I get rid of you, I'll be the one that will completely take over here. You weren't strong enough to face your brother. You weren't there for your sister, or this pathetic girl again. As he raised his foot and tried to kick Ino, but he was blown away by a force that sent him flying away. But he flipped and landed. You think you're all that? You're not stronger than me. I am the strongest out of both of us. Just because you regained who you are now, you still lost your brother. You're nothing without me. I am the true Otsutsuki King. You should be bowing in front of me. It was then that Naruto stepped, but his feet didn't hit the ground. He simply blinked away. You're nothing but a fake. Someone who has no memories. And someone like that could never stand up to me. As Naruto grabbed Otsutsuki Naruto by the shoulder and pushed him down to his knees. He then grabbed his face. As Otsutsuki Naruto tried to raise his hand without force, kept his hand at his side. As Naruto's entire body erupted in a golden light. As Otsutsuki Naruto started to scream out in pain and agony. Mito and Ino called out towards Naruto, but the entire place went up in a bright light that consumed Ichiki and all of them. Back in the real world, we need to get them out of here, said Sasuke, as he saw that both Ino and Mito were bleeding. And even that Otsutsuki guy. When the three of them were blown back. As the three of them were blown back, Naruto's body started to twitch, until his body exploded in a golden light that bathed all of them, as they felt unwelding power. Something that seemed like it couldn't be topped. Something that seemed like it was beyond anything just coming to life, as the power was just oozing everywhere. As Mito and Ino were smiling happy as they looked at Sasuke, as the both of them gave him a nod. As Sasuke turned, along with Kakashi to see, the light started to die down, as his eyes snapped open. But guys, be ending this episode right here. Remember to go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto Pushed Himself to His Limit, and enjoy that, guys. And later on I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto was born in the Uzumaki clan, so stay tuned for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, without further ado, I'm out for now. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new, guys. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, I'm out. Peace.